So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezefel. In our previous video, we opened up on the TIWA Savage documentary. We discussed her early childhood, her relocation to the UK, and her career writing songs for Sony Music. We also discussed her struggles and how she had to break into the Nigerian music industry with her first hit single, Kili Kili Love. In today's video, we are gonna go deeper and personal. So, if you're new here, you're just coming across this channel, Nezeville, for the first time, or if you've been watching us thinking, should I subscribe? Should I not subscribe? This is the right time to remind you to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up. You know the drill. Once you come in, you can be sure that you will get good value. So begin to give a thumbs up immediately you come in. Drop your thoughts and comments down in the comment section and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. Without further ado, let us proceed. So yes, Kili Kili Love was a hit, but TIWA Savage was still a newbie, trying to break into the Nigerian music industry. So she was at a stage where she was trying everything and reaching out to everyone and anyone who could help push her. So a friend of hers told her of this music executive, cum artist manager, called T Billionaire, aka T-Bills. T-Bills was at the time managing Nigerian American artist Kid, who doubled as his cousin. Kid was based in America, but T-Bills helped him to break into the Nigerian music scene, and he was doing well. So TIWA was in just the exact situation. American-based, looking to break into the Nigerian entertainment scene. She heard of what T-Bills did for Kid, and she wanted the exact replication for herself. TIWA contacted T-Bills, poached herself, sent in her music, and told him, I need your help, I'm new, I want you to help me to push my music, manage me and all of that. T-Bills neither listened nor reverted to her. He basically ignored her.
I sent him my music and he didn't listen to it. So when I saw him no, he didn't.
No response, no reply.
Nothing.
So on this fateful day, Timaya had a concert in LA, Los Angeles, where TIWA Savage was based, and TIWA was in attendance. She saw this T-Bills guy that had snubbed her, and then she decided to approach him. And she was like, oh, I sent you my music, you listened, you didn't even get back to me, you just ignored me and all of that. And the guy was like, okay, I'm going to take a look at it. I'll get back to you.
So I was in LA and Timaya had a concert,
Yeah.
and I was just really getting into the whole Mo hits and all the stuff that's happening in Nigeria. So I heard he was in town. So I went there, and my friend told me that he manages Sauce.
Yeah,
Sauce Kid, yeah.
Now called Sinzu.
Sinzu. So when I saw him at the concert, my friend was like, that's the guy. So I went up to him and I was like, I don't get, what's wrong with you? I sent you my email because, I don't know what got into me. So when I spoke to him, he was just like, who's this girl? So he told me to come and meet him the next day. I took the CD.
TIWA's plans at the time was to stay back in America and push her music in Africa. She didn't have any plans to relocate back to Nigeria. Remember that she was doing very well already. She was very comfortable. She had a very good paying job with Sony Music, writing songs for A-listers, and she had a house, she had a car, she was going on vacation. She had her life all set up there in America. So when TIWA Savage proposed this plan of staying in America and having someone push her music in Nigeria to T-Bills, he brushed it off. He told her, first, you need to lose weight. You need to shed off all these pounds that you're carrying around. Secondly, those eyebrows, they got to go. Wax them off. Thirdly, no miss, you cannot be in America and have your music pushed in Nigeria. If you want to do music in Nigeria, you've got to come back to Nigeria.
And when he heard it, he was just like, wow, like, okay, you need to go back to Nigeria. And I was like, can't I do it from here? Because obviously I'm comfortable. He's like,
So
no.
you wanted him, here's the thing, you wanted T-Bills to manage you in the US and try to break you into the US market.
No, in Niger.
In the Nigerian market.
Yeah, but I didn't want to leave. I didn't understand that you have to be here. Yeah, because I didn't want to leave my songwriting. Yeah.
Tiwa found him so rude and arrogant and did not call him. In fact, she cut him off. But you know when you are anxious for something, I didn't want to use the word desperate. When you really desire something, you will swallow your pride. And so did Tiwa. She called him back after some time.
Took the CD. He now said, you have to lose weight. You have to start waxing your eyebrows.
Oh, wow.
He took out loads of pictures of different people. You have to, because I didn't really used to wear weaves, and I thought he was a bit rude. And that was what came across, like, you know, this guy is really arrogant. So I didn't call him for a long time. And then eventually I called him back and I said, I'm ready to whatever it takes. Yeah.
So T-Bills advised Tiwa that first things first, she has to approach labels. She needs a music label to push her. So let her come back and pitch and poach to every good label that there was in Nigeria at the time. And so she left America and came back to Nigeria. She went to Storm Records. Storm Records were managing artists like Dare, Atalade, Sasha, Nato C, even Ikechukwu. They bounced her. She ran to EME Records. EME that was opened by Banky W and his best friend Tunde Demura. That's the husband of OAP Tools. EME was managing Wizkid, Scales, which other artists at the time? Niola. Yeah, Niola was their girl queen then. And they told her that they do not have any space to accommodate any new artists. And so they bounced her.
What TJ did was he told me to go to Nigeria and speak to everybody. I went to Storm Records. I wanted to sign with Storm. I went to EME.
Yeah.
I love Banky, but Banky was just like, we can't really take on anyone at this time. I remember calling Tony Payne.
Love Banky.
No, but you know, it happens for a reason.
So
I remember calling Tony Payne.
everybody.
Yeah, she said that, you know, she already had artists. And then so I went back to LA and TJ was like, did you try everybody? And I was like, yeah, nobody's willing to, as a female, nobody's just willing to. And I said, okay, we'll go back together. So he made me go.
Yeah.
To just test. Yeah. And then he came back with me.
She was roaming up and down, label to label. She would be backstage at comedy events, begging them that they should just pay her 5 minutes to perform. It was crazy. She wasn't getting any structure that she can push on. And so she got frustrated. She gave up and she came back to America.
So I ran back to LA. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I
Did you
remember
get
having
any phone calls for gigs and all that at the time? Nothing. So you were just like, who's this lady?
No gigs. We would actually go and do a lot of free shows. I remember the first show we did, I got 50,000 naira. I was so excited.
Wow.
Yeah. So we didn't get calls. We would do stuff like maybe Rhythm Unplugged, and, you know, those ones where you go and you'll be backstage, you know, begging, please, can I go on? Yeah, so it was, it was kind of like that. So when I ran back to LA, I said, I'm not doing this.
Now, this is where T-Bills stepped in. T-Bills stepped in and encouraged her, told her not to give up, held her by the hand, brought her back to Nigeria. He began financing her out of his pockets, covering her costs for photo shoots, covering costs for video production and music videos, you know, taking her from place to place.
And then he came back with me. I remember he saved a lot of money to shoot Kele Kele. Then also we weren't making money initially, so he was funding pretty much everything. If I had to go somewhere or food, eating. So for a long time, it was really before we partnered with Cecil.
And so from some sort of industry experts guiding her, they became business partners. They jointly floated their own record label called 323 Entertainment. T-Bills officially became her first manager, and he really tried his best. He put in the blood and the sweat, the financial, emotional, physical commitment to see her grow. But boy, You do not put rats and fish together. Just like Celine Dion, who fell for and married her manager Renee, just like Alicia Keys, who had the same fate with Swiss Beats, and just like Wizkid and Jada, their business relationship quickly turned personal. Feelings grew, romance was introduced, and before long, they began dating. American billionaire Warren Buffett has warned severally, do not mix business with pleasure. Was he right? We'll soon find out. But before we do, who is T-Bills? Yes, I know that we know him as an artist, manager, and all of that, but who really is T-Bills? Tunji Ibrahim Balogun was born on the 26th of September 1980, and he spent most of his formative years in the US. He had always had a knack for music and began rapping when he was in college. He began his early career as a marketing intern at Warner Brothers. T-Bills comes from a very polygamous and unstable household. His father was a serial divorcee and a polygamist who had families scattered all around. His parents separated when he was very young, and he claimed that the polygamy and the separation did a number on him, affected him psychologically in no small measure, both as a child and even now as an adult. He has taken to public forums to say that the trauma that his experience left him has made him despise his father. Patterns. Some people, some very religious people, like to call it generational curse, but I like to simply call it remodeling patterns. Remodeling experiences seen, such that when a young boy grows up seeing his father hit his mother and despising his father for doing that, grows up to become a woman beater as well, most times. And a young girl who grew up with her mother always shouting and shouting in the house and despising her mother's means of communicating, grows up to become the shouting mommy too. Patterns. So this young man who claimed to have been wrecked and traumatized by his father's lifestyle grew up and began replicating the same patterns, spreading children all across the globe and creating the damage that he despised and more generational trauma. Before T-Bills met and began dating TIWA, he was in some sort of situationship with a woman who bore him 2 or 3 children there in America. That relationship or marriage broke, and he moved on to a second baby mama that bore him another child in Nigeria, left them, and then moved on to another. TIWA and T-Bills began their sizzling romance while also working together. At this point, she was getting more and more recognized, established, famous. She was shooting up like a rocket launcher, while T-Bills was handling the back end, managing the brand. And so on this fateful day, on the 5th of February 2013, TIWA was turning 33, and a beautiful birthday dinner was organized for her at the prestigious Echo Hotel and Suites. It was a wonderful yet very intimate moment. She was surrounded by friends and close associates, and then T-Bills in all his glory, rocking his face cap to the back and rocking that denim shirt, walked up to TIWA and fell on a knee, popped the big question, will you marry me? TIWA was so surprised, pleasantly surprised, I must add. She busted into tears, stretched forth her hands, and said, yes, yes, I will marry you. It was a night of splendor, a night to remember. In November the same year, their traditional wedding took place at the Arc Event Center in Lekki, Lagos. It was a high-profile event, richly attended by major Nigerian celebrities, Banky W, Dr. Sid, Toke Makinwa, Don Jazzy, It was dripping with personalities. And in April the next year, they had their destination white wedding at the Amani Hotels in Dubai. Remember, it was around that time that Adi, Idibia, and Two-Face also tied the knot. Going to Dubai for a destination wedding was the cocoa, was the in thing at the time. And yes, the wedding was star-studded. It was dreamy. It was perfect. By January 1st, 2015, the couple took to social media to announce that TIWA was expecting their first child. And by July, the beautiful couple welcomed their first child, a son, Jamil, there in London. The couple publicly shared the news with photos showing both parents beaming with smiles and pride. But by April the next year in 2016, only 9 months after the birth of their child, their marriage hit the rocks in the most shocking, public, and controversial of ways. How did this happen? Let me take us back to the beginning. Now, after their wedding in 2013, TIWA was pushing and she was experiencing growth at an astronomical pace. She had officially released her debut album, Once Upon a Time, and endorsements. Nawata. She had her big endorsement worth tens of millions of naira with MTN, and then came another big one with Pepsi, and then Fort Oil came calling. Maggie was not out of the line, and then there was Protective. In 2014, she won the Best Female at the MTV Africa Music Awards, and when Eminado was released in 2014, it vibrated across Africa and beyond, winning her the Most Gifted Female at the Channel O Music Video Awards. TIWA made the bold step to sign into Don Jazzy's Maven Records. She was still being managed by her husband, Tibiel. So while 323 Entertainment remained her management company, Maven handled music production and distribution. And then came the banger, Dorobuchi, which established her as the queen of Maven. By 2015, she released her second album, Red, which became the most streamed on several platforms. It featured Olamide, Two-Face, Ricardo Banks, and it had hit singles such as My Darling, My Darling, Baby You Too Much, yo, My Darling, I don't know where I'm for day, hey, without my baby today.
Baby, you too much, yo. My darling, I love you, yeah. Without my baby today.
And there was standing ovation. She recorded the whole of this album while pregnant with their son, Jamil. There was no stopping TIWA. She was featured on the Oye remix with Flavor Nabania. And when she came through with Pato Rankin, Gelio, oh God, the streets and the club was on shutdown.
TIWA savage. Ole, ole, otumbe, shole, shole. Cause you ring my bell like a ding dong, ding dong.
There were already rumors and reports of TIWA getting signed on to both a management and publishing deal with Rock Nation, making her the very first Nigerian artist to be signed in by Rock. She was growing rapidly, becoming the queen of Afrobeats, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa as a whole. She was fully booked, rich, famous, and successful. She had a supportive, handsome young husband, and she had a son, a growing family. She must have been so happy. Everything was so perfect. So everybody thought until this happened. It was early in the morning on the 28th of April 2016 when Tiwa Savage's husband, T-Bills, took to Instagram in the most deadliest celebrity meltdown ever recorded on social media. He first started by posting this really old, awkward, throwback and unflattering photograph of his wife, Tiwa. And he said, "This was you when I met you with 100% insecurity. I remember when Wale called me about a girl that has got talent and you told him I wasn't interested. What is going on here? People thought. Lord knows I tried. I have been mentally tortured by the woman I gave everything to. I'm not perfect, but I'm far away from being the best husband because when I didn't have, you paid bills and you took my manhood away. You have thrown my clothes out of the house more than 5 times. But because of the love I have for you, I still take it. And because of Jamil, I don't want to go through divorce like my father that has been married 4 times. Your mother humiliated me so much that I didn't care. And then he posted a picture of depression is like a war. You either win or you die trying. What is going on here? At this point, people thought that his phone had been hacked. Everybody was thrown into panic and confusion. He came for his father. To you, Mr. Ibrahim Olatunji Balogu Sr., I tried my best not to be like you. But instead of focusing on being a better person, I was worried about not wanting to be like you. I reached out and cried to you as my father. But all you care about is yourself and your money. I ended up having kids like you by multiple women. And my first marriage and only marriage didn't make it to 2 years. Just like the one you had with my mom. Why the F did God make you my father? I'm sorry. I must have disappointed you guys. I just didn't have the strength to fight this battle anymore. May God forgive me and accept my soul in peace. At this point, there were rumors that he was heading to Third Mainland Bridge to throw himself into the water and end it all. Banky W was crying in the comment section. TJ, please call me back right now, bro. Please, don't do this. Everybody was confused. He went further, back to his wife. Please just take care of Jam Jam. I sacrificed my life for you and put in work and my money for your success. You are TIWA Savage, the superstar now, right? You would never have peace with that fame. Your mother wants to turn me to what she turned your dad to. I would rather die. Ask her to confess what she has done to me. That all I did was look out for your success and forgot who I am. I remember the day I met you at Timaya's show. You introduced yourself to me. I decided to listen to your music. I invited you to my office in downtown LA. And for God only knows the reason, the first day I kissed you and said, you will be my wife. It's time to say goodbye. Lord knows I tried. I can't take it anymore. I decided that I wanted to take time out from music business so you and me will not be in the same basket of music industry. You never supported me for day one. Every move I made and every project I laid my hands on were all going bad. Thanks to your mom's witchcraft. Tell her to confess to you. So, he was accusing Tiwa Savage and also attacking Tiwa's mom. That Tiwa's mom is a witch. And it's because of Tiwa's mom, that's why he cannot succeed in any business he lays his hands on. My God. I'm so sick of pretending that everything is alright. Because it's not. And then he brought in Omawumi, the musician Omawumi, into the equation. Comparing Omawumi to his wife, Tiwa. He said to Omawumi's husband, I wish I met you earlier when I just moved to Nigeria. You have been a great friend and a brother to me in the last month. You have a wife that did not let the music business take the best of her. I know how Mrs. Yusuf, that's Omawumi, treats us when we're at your house. I feel very at home. I'm praying that I wish my wife can get a life and be like this. All she cares about, that's Tiwa, is about next single, her makeup and hair, her brand and all of that bullshit. Please tell the world, have you asked your husband in the last 3 years if he has eaten? Thank you to Annie Idibia and Anita, my neighbor, that provides home-cooked meal for me when I needed that. Yes, you have become the breadwinner when I decided I'm not in business with you again. Take everything. I just want my wife, Tiwa. You would never have peace. My God. And then he concluded by laying the big accusation, the elephant in the room, infidelity. Within what period of time you effed Don Jazzy and Dr. Sid? I didn't care because of the love I have for you. I looked at it that we all have a past, even when at this same time you were effing with Two-Face. So he accused her of sleeping with Don Jazzy, sleeping with Dr. Sid, sleeping with Two-Face Idibia, that he just praised the wife of giving him home-cooked rice, sleeping with everybody in the industry. Ogaju. At first, as I mentioned, people thought that his phone had been hacked or people couldn't understand what exactly was playing out here. But when it became confirmed that it was actually him that was typing all of these things, the media did not take it easy on Tiwa Savage. They came hard, very hard on her. And they were like, these women ingrates. This man gave you everything. He sacrificed. He put in his blood, time, and sweat to make you who you are. And now you are big. You are blown. You have begun to disrespect and disregard him. You cannot submit. You are not submissive anymore. Imagine, Tiwa. So you are now a celebrity. You are now feeling like a celebrity. You cannot cook for your husband and take care of him just because you are the one providing. This is unacceptable. And your mother trying to boss him and control him, a man in his own home. And to make it all worse, you are sleeping around from one man to the other. Oh no. Marry these celebrity women at your own risk. The media hits on Tiwa like no man's business. Begin to drop your thoughts down in the comment section. But did Tiwa keep quiet? Hell no. She came out to say her side of the story. She spilled raw, she spilled deep, and she spilled dirty. The details of her revelation will have your jaws dropped. In our next video, which will be the final part, we are going to address all of those details. What happened next? The divorce, the scandals, the sex tape, the depression, the heartbreak, and the evolution. You do not want to miss it. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments exactly how you feel down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezaville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.